Okay, so before I start this game, allow me to present a bit of a realization I made about this scroll glitch. See, I believe what causes the game to break through a series of tests, I even found proof that this is most likely true, is the camera ends up scrolling so fast or jumping from one point to the other, and this causes the game to just queue up every object that the camera has scrolled past and try to load it all. Whether all at the same time or as the camera's going through. And if it's going fast enough, the game won't have enough time to properly unload all the other objects and load the new ones. Or just won't have enough room to load all the objects. It'll be trying to load too many at once. And this causes corruption, because it ends up overflowing the object buffer, the object memory. And so it starts to, leak out into other sections of memory, which breaks all kinds of stuff. And that's why the game can crash or glitch out pretty badly when executing a glitch. It's not nearly as bad in Sonic 2, but in Sonic 3, it's absolutely game-breaking. And I do have some evidence to back this up, so I'm going to show you now. Loading a save state, so you don't have to spend 5 hours watching me trying to get this one code. But essentially, what's happening here is the game is queuing objects to be loaded in when you exit object placement mode. And if you go too far, it'll end up queuing too many objects. And that's why it glitches out. I'm going to try that again because I went too far and the camera scroll locked. And the game crashed. And I have to restart my console because, well, it's frozen. There's nothing I can do but hit the power button and start it back up. So yeah, there's proof that's actually the case. And of course, when you snap the camera across the entire act, it ends up trying to queue every object from the endpoint of where the camera scroll locked all the way back to the start. Which, yeah, that breaks everything. And I can prove this through another method. See ya. So yeah, first I'm going to showcase this, one of the effects of doing this. the way, I should mention that for the camera to snap back, you need to be at least 32,768 units away from the camera's position. By units, I mean pixels, I think. Basically, whatever unit it's using up on the corner, but whatever. What you're seeing in the corner is tails. That's his default spawn point. In case you're wondering, yes, it did spawn a red sphere object. Let me showcase something different. This time, we're going to use the death glitch to create an effect virtually identical to the scroll glitch. The camera needs to be scrolling around, or else some of the objects won't be queued to load, so. I should note that this actually queued more objects than the scroll glitch did, because, you know, it also passed by the boss and a few other things. So it's actually going to break the game a bit more than the other glitch does. basically same thing, so. Showcase one other effect of this glitch that you can't normally see through the camera snap method, because of you can't actually pan the camera over far enough without triggering a cutscene normally. But I have a save state to save some time. I think it's still here. I may have overwritten it. Let's see. No, I did not. Okay. Normally it doesn't glitch out the graphics like that, but I guess that's another effect that can happen. Okay, so that's what the monitors actually look like when the game's in this state. Okay, good to know. This one will actually crash the game when I break it. I guess you could call it a game crash monitor. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that thing. I believe it's an object from Launch Base. Launch Base objects tend to show up in these situations more than you'd think. At one point it was an elevator, an ice cap zone, but yeah, that's another Launch Base object that spawned. But yeah, the game is completely crashed from that one. Thanks for watching, I guess. I don't have too much more to show. Anyway, so